most of us, she was the only queen we've ever known. Tonight, I look back at the life and legacy of Queen Elizabeth II. Plus, Dane County executive announces a multi-million-dollar initiative aimed to fight the opioid and fentanyl epidemic here in Dane County. And a month since being introduced, we'll see what the community thinks of a new electric scooter service in Janesville. You're watching News 3 Now at 5. From a young girl who never expected to be queen to the longest-serving monarch in British history, Her Majesty, Queen Elizabeth II became much loved and well-respected, known for her sense of duty and devotion to a life of service. CNN's Mandy Gaither takes a look back at the late monarch's extraordinary life.
Greenwich time.
December 1936.
A great country of the world.
It's a moment that forever changed a young girl's life. After ruling less than a year, King Edward VIII abdicated the throne to his brother.
A new reign began in Britain as the Duke of York was crowned King George VI.
The new king's eldest daughter, then Princess Elizabeth, known as Lilibet to family, became next in line to the throne. 11 years later, marked a marriage.
Princess Elizabeth married Philip, the present Duke of Edinburgh.
The couple was in Kenya on a Commonwealth tour in place of an ill King George when the 25-year-old princess got news that changed the path of her life.
The shadow of death hovered over King George of England as these last pictures were made.
Her father's reign lasted 15 years. Once a princess, suddenly a queen.
The hopes and hearts of England and the Commonwealth went out to a young queen.
In 1953, Queen Elizabeth II was crowned. Her husband, who was later granted the title of His Royal Highness, the Prince Philip, Duke of Edinburgh, was the first peer to pay his respects at the coronation, the first one to be broadcasted live on television.
A story of a queen who wrote bright pages in the story of the year.
In the years that followed, during times of great social change, the Queen kept a busy schedule, traveling across the globe more widely than any other monarch before her, meeting with just about every U.S. president since being crowned.
She remembers learning from her parents how important keeping America on side was during the war, and then America came into the war. She remembers that so well. She remembers, the American troops, D-Day, all that. To her, it's a very important part of her growing up.
With no official political power, the Queen wielded the influence of a figurehead. In her private life, things weren't always easy. The year of her 40th anniversary on the throne marred by separation, divorce, and estrangement in her children's marriages, and a fire at Windsor Castle.
It just turned out to be an annus horribilis.
Then, in 1997, the death of the People's Princess. Through a great deal of heartache, the Queen stayed true to her greatest passions, horses and dogs, balanced with the joy of her grandchildren and later a new role of great-grandmother. But even that at times brought hardships. At the beginning of 2020, Buckingham Palace announced that Harry and Meghan, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, were no longer working members of the royal family. Through it all, Prince Philip was, in the Queen's words, the strength and stay of her reign. He died in 2021 before his 100th birthday after more than 70 years of marriage.
It's been one of the great royal romances, I think, of history.
From a girl who was third in line to the throne to the longest-serving British monarch, Queen Elizabeth II leaves behind a legacy, a life full of family, faith, and devotion to country. I'm Mandy Gaither reporting.
Queen Elizabeth was 96 years old. The United Kingdom will celebrate her life and legacy over the next week. Arrangements for her funeral have not yet been announced. The Queen's passing means her son Charles will now be King Charles III. It'll be a few days before his coronation, marking the official start to his reign. He is expected to make his first public address tomorrow. Charles' wife, Camilla, technically the new queen, but it's unclear if she will officially choose to use that title. You can learn more about the Queen's life and legacy at channel3000.com. Well, let's get a look at your certified most accurate forecast now. Here's meteorologist Chris Reese out on the weather patio. Chris?
Hey, we've had some sunshine out here today. It has been comfortable, and a lot of our temperatures have managed to top out into the 80s. So we have been enjoying, at this point now, clear skies. Our temperature is at 80, winds out of the south at 13 miles per hour. As we look ahead, look for temperatures starting to cool off. By 9 o'clock, we'll be down around 71. Dinner time, you can still be outside. Clear skies, temperatures will hang out into the 70s at this point, and then we will bottom out right around 60 overnight tonight. So as you're waking up early tomorrow morning, if you're planning for the bus stop already, look for tomorrow morning temperatures to be into the low 60s and upper 50s. I am watching Doppler track, by the way. We're quiet over Wisconsin, but look towards the north and west over parts of southern Canada, northern Minnesota into North Dakota. That is where we are seeing some rain showers. That, my friends, is a cold front that'll be moving our direction, and what it's going to do is increase our chances for rain. We could be talking about a washout by the time we get you towards late Saturday into parts of your Sunday. You know we're your first warn weather team. We brought this to you earlier in the week. Now it's time to start developing a game plan for some heavy rainfall this weekend. So if you have plans outdoors, stay tuned. Here coming up, I'm going to break down the timing of this rainfall and what that could mean even for Badger football.
Chris, thank you. And we're learning at least 4 people were killed, 3 others hurt in a shooting rampage in Memphis, Tennessee. Following a pursuit, the 19-year-old gunman was arrested late last night. Investigators say he live-streamed part of the shooting spree on Facebook, opening fire on people seemingly at random. City officials say the suspect had previously been charged with criminal attempted first-degree murder, but pled guilty in April of 2021 to a lesser charge of aggravated assault. He was then sentenced to 3 years in prison, but only served 11 months and then was released in March.
I am angry for them, and I'm angry for our citizens. If Mr. Kelly served his full 3-year sentence, he would still be in prison today, and 4 of our fellow citizens would still be alive.
The gunman will make his first court appearance tomorrow. An elected official is now being held on murder charges in connection to the stabbing death of a Las Vegas journalist. Robert Tellis was wheeled out of his home on a stretcher with self-inflicted wounds last night. His arrest came days after the stabbing death of investigative reporter Jeff Gehrman and hours after Las Vegas police executed a search warrant at his home. Police say Tellis' DNA was found at the site of the stabbing and that he was very upset about stories Gehrman wrote and was pursuing. Tellis had been the subject of an investigation spearheaded by Gehrman in May, describing allegations of emotional stress, bullying, and favoritism in the public administrator's office. That story included further allegations that Tellis had an inappropriate relationship with one of his staffers. As Tellis appeared poised to lose his re-election bid in June, he appeared to go on after Gehrman on social media. Gehrman was an accomplished journalist and went to grad school at Marquette. He was 69 years old. Medical examiners have identified the man who died in a crash on Highway 151 over the weekend. That crash happened near County Highway VV in Bristol just after 3 Saturday morning. 35-year-old Christopher Decker was pronounced dead at the scene. Investigators say Decker was the only person in the vehicle that crashed, and they're still looking into what caused it. A victim tells her story about what happened at a Rock County high school when she says they failed to protect her after a sexual assault.
Nobody checked in, nobody asked me like, hey, what can we do for you? Where can we make this a safer experience for you?
How her case illustrates a larger issue with how K-12 schools respond to sexual harassment and what changes she hopes to see in her community. Our investigative team bringing you her story tonight at 6. In the state, one in a lawsuit, will finally be released. That's after the state's powerful budget writing committee signed off today on a new proposal for how to use them. Political reporter Will Keneally joins us now live from the Capitol to tell us what's included in that plan. Will?
So Republicans on that powerful budget writing committee made a couple of changes to the plan initially proposed by the State Department of Health Services. So included in that plan would have been improvements to treatment centers around the state and an education program at the K-12 level. Now those were pared back in the Republican plan to make room for law enforcement grants. Under the grant, local police and sheriffs can apply for funds to help them run treatment programs in their jails, for example. Republicans on the committee say that the changes to the initial plan reflect working with a broader group of stakeholders.
Governor Evers refuses to work with law enforcement and public safety. There was nothing targeted for that in this plan. There is something very specifically targeted for that.
For its part, the Department of Health Services held listening sessions before putting forward their proposal. So today's vote was also a rare show of bipartisan support, with Democrats supporting Republicans in those changes. Democrats have all along said that they just wanted to get the money out the door. We'll have more on the Democrats' reaction and more of what's in the plan coming up tonight at 6.
Will, thank you. A new $740 million initiative aimed at fighting Dane County's opioid and fentanyl epidemics was announced today. Dane County Executive Joe Parisi says the Harm Reduction and Prevention Act calls for partnering with community groups to more widely distribute Narcan and fentanyl test strips. It'll also help fund new efforts to educate the community about the dangers of fentanyl and opiates. One program focuses on teaching prevention and harm reduction to K through 12 students.
The bottom line is more Dane County residents than ever before are dying from drug poisoning. And just one pill laced with fentanyl or another synthetic opioid can kill.
The initiative, part of Parisi's 2023 Dane County budget proposal. For a full breakdown of how that money will be spent, look for this story at channel3000.com. New at 5, a new way to get around Janesville has caused a bit of controversy for residents. The electric scooter company Bird has started its pilot program in the city. Some say it's been an easy launch. Others have seen some issues. Our Catherine Merck checked in with those behind the new rides about what the city's seen so far. Catherine?
Well, Eric, it's been almost a month since the popular scooter company has taken flight in Janesville. When Bird introduced 75 of its electric scooters to Janesville, the city said the scooters would offer an exciting new way for the community to get around. Today, I spoke with the assistant to Janesville's city manager, who shared some of the city's view. She echoed those earlier words, saying the scooters are meant to be a positive addition to the city.
So we were kind of looking at mobility and, what new amenities could we have in the city that might bring people to the downtown, help people get around. I think we have seen more people in our downtown than we typically have.
So that's one side of it, but not everybody is loving this addition. Some people I spoke with say the Birds are causing more problems than they're worth in Janesville. You'll hear about the problems some residents say the scooters have caused and what the city is doing to step in next at 6.
Catherine, thank you. And just ahead, meteorologist Chris Reese rejoins us. Your complete forecast as we head for another Badger home football weekend, and the charges facing former Trump aide Steve Bannon as he surrenders to authorities in New York City. And a check of Wall Street, the Dow again with strong gains today, adding 193 points. The NASDAQ adds more than 70. S&P up 26. And we'll be right back.
Dear Senator Johnson, living on a fixed income, it's a struggle. I paid into Social Security and Medicare every paycheck. So it was a slap in the face when you voted to weaken Medicare. That would increase out-of-pocket costs. And when you wanted to let Wall Street gamble with Social Security. Senator Johnson, you look out for yourself and your fat cat donors, but have forgotten about us. S&P is responsible for the content of this ad.
If you have type 2 diabetes or high blood pressure, you're a target for chronic kidney disease. They're the top 2 causes of CKD. CKD usually starts with no symptoms, so you can have it and not know it. To find out, check the kidney numbers from your lab tests. If you have chronic kidney disease, Farxiga can help slow its progression.
Farxiga can cause serious side effects, including dehydration, urinary tract or genital yeast infections in women and men, and low blood sugar. Ketoacidosis is a serious side effect that may lead to death. A rare, life-threatening bacterial infection in the skin of the perineum could occur. Stop taking Farxiga and call your doctor right away if you have symptoms of this bacterial infection, an allergic reaction, or ketoacidosis. And don't take it if you are on dialysis.
Take AIM at CKD by asking your doctor for your kidney numbers and how Farxiga can help. If you can't afford your medication, AstraZeneca may be able to help.
Attention, were you exposed to the toxic water at Camp Lejeune?
Congress has just passed the Camp Lejeune Justice Act, which makes billions of dollars available to victims of the toxic water supply. If you or your family were exposed, you may be entitled to a share of that money.
If you lived or worked at Camp Lejeune, even if you're not military and have suffered any of these serious health problems, call 1-800-834-8200. That's 1-800-834-8200.
Champions summer savings are here. Don't miss our best window sale. Right now, buy 2 windows, get 2 free.
At Champion, we make buying new windows easy.
Unlike some other companies, at Champion, we control every aspect of the process. We design it, we build it, we install it, and we guarantee it for life.
Keep the heat out this summer with new energy-efficient windows from Champion. Buy 2 windows, get 2 free. Call or go online to book your free estimate at getchampionwindows.com.
Necessity or nuisance? The Bird electric scooters used to help Janesville residents move around conveniently, maybe causing more trouble with their transportation.
News 3 Now asks why not everyone wants to be a part of the flock. That's tonight at 6.
First raped.
He ends up holding me down.
Then robbed of a normal education. Then her school took a side in court. News 3 Now investigates why a local family believes their Title IX rights were violated. A problem experts say happens again and again. Tonight at 6. You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Longtime President Trump aide Steve Bannon surrendered to New York authorities today to face charges of money laundering, conspiracy, and scheming to defraud donors who wanted to build a wall along the U.S.-Mexico border. Bannon left a Manhattan courtroom now facing criminal charges. Prosecutors say he told donors that not a penny of their money would go to the president of the We Build the Wall campaign.
But instead of pennies, the president of We Build the Wall received more than $250,000 in a salary funded by donations, at least $140,000 of which we allege was laundered by Steve Bannon.
Now, less than 2 months ago, Bannon was convicted of contempt of Congress for refusing to cooperate with the January 6th committee investigating the attack on the Capitol. He's also been ordered to surrender his passport now and is due back in court on October 4th. Time now for a look at your complete certified most accurate weather. Meteorologist Chris Reese joins us. Chris?
Yeah, we're watching a cold front to our north and west this afternoon and evening because this cold front, folks, it's really getting ready to shake things up as we start to move forward into the weekend. Dry over Wisconsin right now. You work your way up towards Duluth Superior. You're starting to see some cloud cover on the increase. That cloud cover is in response to the cold front to the north and west, and we're going to start to see it late tomorrow night into parts of your Saturday. This is where our rain chances are going to be on the rise. Watch the weekend, folks. Saturday night into Sunday, I'm talking widespread rains and perhaps a straight washout as we start to move into parts of your Sunday. Let's track this. Here's that cold front moving in. Not only is it a cold front, but there are going to be numerous waves of low pressure that develop and ride along this cold front at the same time. This is early in the morning on Sunday, but as that wave of low pressure gets closer, it brings with it heavier rounds of rainfall, and they stick around. Depending on how fast this area of low pressure is able to move, that's really going to be the driver of how long this rain sticks around. If it moves a little bit faster, we'll clear that rain out quicker, but if it's a little slower, we could see some of that rain lingering into parts of your Tuesday night into Wednesday. Right now, I'm expecting us to clear out in time, but nonetheless, it's going to be a good amount of rainfall. In fact, there's a marginal risk for excessive rainfall on Saturday, a slight risk for excessive rainfall moving into Sunday, as some of that heaviest rain could be right here over parts of southern and central Wisconsin. That being said, if you have plans for the weekend, especially if they involve you being outdoors or they're weather dependent, this is the big one. Develop that game plan and be prepared now so that when the rain gets here, you're not caught off guard. I say it all the time. Be proactive, not reactive when it comes to weather. Let's take you hour by hour. This is the Madison Metro. A calm evening tonight. Now we're at lunchtime tomorrow. This is noon. Winds still out of the south and west. Temperatures are hanging out into the upper 70s at this point. We'll top out into the low 80s for your highs tomorrow. 83 is where we'll call the high for Madison at Dane County Regional. Here we are now, Saturday morning, 10 o'clock. You saw that cloud cover stream in. We're in the 70s. Now, I will tell you this model is a little fast compared to some of the others, but it brings in the rain showers. By the way, this is 2:30 when the Badgers kick off. Perhaps the start of some of those rain showers moving in. By the end of the Badger game, rain could start to get pretty heavy at that point, and it sticks with us. I want to show you a wider view now. All of us see that sunshine out there tomorrow, so no concerns. Temperatures will be into the 80s. Here comes that cold front into Saturday. The wider view, we start off with some spotty showers initially, but now the heavy rain really starts to move in. in. It's Saturday night into Sunday. Watch the slug of moisture. You see those brighter colors. This is the heavier rain, and that sticks around for some time. This is the reason that we'll have to watch for perhaps some local high water issues as we move towards the weekend as well. It's also why we're going to stay so cool. 65 is the high on Sunday, and that's being generous. Some of the models wanted to keep us into the 50s. I'm going to call it mid-60s at this point. Still some 60s on Monday with some showers. By Tuesday, I'm thinking we get this system out of here. That's my expectation at this point. I'll leave a slight chance for showers in the forecast at that point. Low 70s for Wednesday as well. We get a little bit warmer by Thursday and Friday, but we have more chances for some rain as well. They're all quite small. Notice just slight chances, then a better chance by next Sunday as well.
All right, Chris, thank you. A $335,000 grant was awarded to the Columbia County Economic Development Corporation today. Those funds will help support diverse small businesses in communities that have been disproportionately impacted by the COVID-19 pandemic. The money will also be used to increase outreach to diverse entrepreneurs and connect new and existing businesses with resources that can help with financing, development, financial education, mentorships, and more.
Congratulations and thank you to everyone for your hard work, your collaboration, really coming together to see the needs of the community and also looking, along the horizon to see how you can bolster the community and build for the future.
More than $1.6 million has been invested to help small businesses in Portage, as well as a $40 million investment to help those in Columbia County overall. The funds are part of pandemic relief efforts from Governor Tony Evers. Ahead at 5, why some of America's best beaches are washing away, and can it be fixed? That story coming up.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Some ideas seem good, but aren't.
Maybe these guys will buy our house.
What could go wrong?
Like rookie home buyers who can lower or cancel offers without notice. We Buy Ugly Houses won't reduce or cancel our firm cash offers before closing. Call or click to sell quick.
They say a good steak shouldn't be covered in sauce. That's why this prime rib is covered in fire-roasted peppers and provolone. But if you want sauce, it's in the bag. Arby's, we have the meat.
This month, shop Surgenian's semi-annual sale. We offer the largest Core-Tex selection in Madison. Carpet featuring Pet Solutions nylon, timeless hardwood, and more. Surgenian's semi-annual sale has savings up to 25% in all departments. Local, sustainable Surgenian's.
At TSR, we transform your old, beat-up concrete into a beautiful, durable surface in one day. Hi, I'm Joey with TSR Concrete Coatings. We specialize in garages, patios, pool decks, basements, and more. We don't just coat over your old concrete. We start by grinding it down, then we apply the base coat and chip and seal it with our own proprietary sealant that will never chip or peel. Our coatings are beautiful, durable, ridiculously easy to clean, and are backed by our exclusive lifetime warranty. Our in-house team is ready to answer any questions that you have before and after the install. And right now on all projects, we're offering 15% off. Call the number shown below or visit our website for your new floor today.
One day floor.
The Socialist Squad led the charge to defund the police and eliminate bail for dangerous felons. Now violent crime is surging in Wisconsin.
More people have been killed in Milwaukee this year than in any previous year.
Mandela Barnes attacked the Kenosha police and incited more violence.
The officer's deadly actions attempted to take a person's life in broad daylight. This felt like some sort of vendetta.
Mandela Barnes, dangerously liberal on crime.
I'm Ron Johnson, and I approve this message.
Patio doors, Scott the window guy can do patio doors. Scott the window guy can do patio doors.
We do patio doors at scottthewindowguy.com.
It's easier to manage my chemo side effects since the Great Supportive Care came to see me. They're taking the time to listen and talk about options for feeling better.
A Grace, caring every step of the way.
some ideas seem good, but aren't.
Maybe she could sell her house.
What could go wrong?
Like listing your house, then dealing with all the trouble, expense, not to mention closing costs. We Buy Ugly Houses can buy your house fast for all cash as is with no hassle. Call or click to sell quick.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Coastal communities around the country are concerned about the rate of erosion on their shores. Some worry that roads, businesses, even homes could wash away. Communities from New Jersey to Hawaii to North Carolina's Outer Banks are all affected. The research of Texas A&M professor Sam Brody shows climate change is one factor, but so is development so close to the water and construction on barrier islands that disrupts the sturdy sand needed to protect our mainland.
Synergy between the two is what worries me over the next couple decades.
This dune just a few weeks ago was out this far. And now it's eroded back and the vegetation is dying.
Well, that city leader has put out calls for help to truck in the more than 1.3 million cubic yards of sand to restore parts of the beach there in his city, Flagler Beach. Residents are asked to stay off the dunes while communities seek longer-term solutions. And we'll have a final check of your First Warn forecast when News 3 Now at 5 returns.
Look, it's a Dupaco. We're not a bird or a plane. We are a mighty credit union, born of thrift and laser focused on the interests of our members. Harnessing the combined power of more than 144,000 members and businesses, we work to put money back where it belongs, into your community and into your pocket, working tirelessly to help you pursue your dreams. Isn't that super? Join the movement at dupaco.com/super. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Opportunity.
To everyone who loves great food, let us make you a meal the Wisconsin way.
We cook each butter burger to order for you and the people you love, so it's the best part of your day.
The best.
The best.
And every creamy scoop of fresh frozen custard, pure happiness.
Pure happiness.
Pure happiness. Because where Culver's comes from.
And the heart of America's Dairyland.
Our love.
Our love for fresh food is as strong as our love for all of you.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Protecting your cargo is a must, because most times, it's more than just cargo. It's the memories, friendships, and adventures that are built with it. The late nights and early mornings. The races and renovations. From hitches to ratchet straps and everything in between, we've got what you need to get your cargo there safely. Secure your passion with 11% off Tow Smart, Smart Straps, and Cargo Smart products at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Look, we knew the other side would make up lies about me to scare you. Now they're claiming I want to defund the police and abolish ICE. That's a lie. I'll make sure our police have the resources and training they need to keep our community safe. And that our communities have the resources to stop crime before it happens. I'll bring back manufacturing. And I'll pass a middle-class tax cut. And if that's too scary for Washington, then so be it. I'm Mandela Barnes, and I approve this message.
The 2023 Ford F-150 trucks are coming, meaning more ways to haul, tow, go, and do, and with more ways than ever to make it your own. Plus, if you order now, you'll lock in your price and lock in your rate. Do more in a 2023 Ford F-150. Custom order yours today. Lock in 2.9 for 60 and get 500 retail order bonus cash when you order a Ford F-150. Only at your Wisconsin and UP Ford dealers.
It started somewhere between a cuddle and a struggle. It's the side hug. Tween milestones like this may start at age 9. HPV vaccination, a type of cancer prevention against certain HPV-related cancers, can start then, too.
For most, HPV clears on its own. But for others, it can cause certain cancers later in life. Welcome! Hi. Now, as the dad cab, it's my cue to help protect them.
Embrace this phase. Help protect them in the next. Ask their doctor about HPV vaccination today.
Tonight on the CBS Evening News, the world in mourning after the loss of Queen Elizabeth II. A look back at the remarkable life of Britain's longest-serving monarch as tributes pour in from around the world, from her history-making reign to the barriers she broke, how Queen Elizabeth is being remembered, and where the monarchy will go from here as King Charles III now ascends the throne. That's all tonight here on the CBS Evening News.
Well, it looks like something straight out of the Jetsons, electric air taxis. It's called an eVTOL, short for electric vertical takeoff and landing, and it could change the way people commute. United Airlines, you see the logo there, it says the vehicles have a range of 60 miles, and one of the makers is working on an air traffic management system to allow these air taxis to be operated safely in certain cities. Something tells me that's going to be quite a ways off.
But wow.
Just a thought. It would be kind of cool. We've all dreamed about that, right?
Some cool
Flying
stuff.
around the city. Chris is back with a final check of the forecast. Pretty nice out there today.
Pretty nice. We remain nice overnight tonight. Clear skies. Your overnight lows will fall to about 60 tonight. Tomorrow, look for more sunshine right around 83, but it's our last sunny day before some widespread rain moves into the picture by the weekend.
All right. We're back in 30 minutes for News 3 Now at 6. CBS Evening News is next.